YouTube? My name is Mama T. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome. Today we're doing something that I've never posted on this channel before. So we're doing a pick-a-pile. And the way that I do pick-a-piles, because I like objects, I like crystals, and so to tap into the energy of this reading, I want you to take a look at the 3 different crystals that resonate with each reading, and whichever one calls to you, that's the pile that's meant for you. And then go ahead and skip to that part of the video once we do our little meditation. Alright guys, we're going to jump right into this reading, okay? So here are the 3 stones that you will be choosing from for your pile. The pile 1 is the tree agate tower. So just take a couple deep breaths. Pile 2 is the raw rose quartz. It's almost like a rough pyramid. And then pile 3 is the rough black tourmaline. It's a raw piece. Oh my goodness, look at that flash. Just take another deep breath. And whichever stone called to you, 1, 2, or 3, go to that part of the reading. Thank you. Hello, pile 3. Just ignore me for this moment and take a few deep breaths. I'm clearing the energy of this space. I just want you to be present for the clearing of the energy so you can also take part in it. If you pick the black tourmaline, the raw black tourmaline, then you are pile 3. Before I did this reading, I had to step outside and tend to my plants and ground. And so I feel like I'm dealing with an earth sign here, just because I did all my hippie shit and I'm a Capricorn rising, so I do have that earth sign in me. So if you are a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn, then this message is definitely for you. If you have that in like any of your chart, like this definitely is going to resonate with you because I feel a lot of earth energy here. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. So I'm just doing a little shuffle. I am inviting your spirit guides into this reading now. So spirit guides of pile 3, you are welcome into this space. Please not only deliver a message that they can understand, but also that resonates. I want you guys to take a couple deep breaths, knock on the deck with me, and we're going to get into it. We had to shuffle a couple times. You've got some really pushy spirit guides. Pile 3. You see how they just throw them all out there at one time? They're like, here, take the message. All right. So starting off with the 4 of Cups, okay? The 2 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hangman. Interesting. I told you guys I felt earth energy here. With those Pentacles, I definitely feel like an earth sign is present. And then we've got the Knight of Swords, followed by the Chariot. So what this is saying is that you have been wrapped up in thought recently. You have been kind of going back and looking at the things that you asked for from the universe and kind of like contemplating if that's actually what you wanted. It was like you went so gung-ho straight forward into it because you're one of those people, like I said, you're an earth sign, you're a climber, you climb the ladder, you do what you're supposed to do, and you work really hard to do those things because you like material things. And you're coming into this place where you're like, is it really worth it to me? Like, am I really going to continue to do this for the rest of my life? And so we're going to pull some more oracle cards to get a clarification message. But what I'm really feeling about this is that you kind of were chasing after these things that you thought you wanted, but after doing some reevaluation, you're like, actually, I think that I might want something else. I think I might want something less shallow, less materialistic, maybe something a little more emotional. And that's what's coming to you after this full moon. So you're releasing this like shallowness is what I feel. Like you're releasing this like this chariot energy of like, by any means necessary, I'm gonna get to the bag. Like you're like, the bag is not the most important thing right now. The bag is not the most important thing to me right now. And I'm trying to protect myself from like getting things that I don't want, that I don't want to work for, because being with this earth energy, I know that you work very hard for everything you get. Okay. And you really honestly don't have to work that hard. When you're in alignment with what you're supposed to be in alignment with, then it's easy. And I'm truly feeling that energy right now. So let's see what the Beltane oracles have to say. I said, your spirit guides, man, they're like, so, oh, there we go. Okay, like I said, earth energy, it's a tree, literally. We're going to stop to read that one in a second. I'm going to go ahead and get the next one, though, just to speed it up since they don't want to give it to me. There we go. Another tree. Interesting. Y'all see all these trees here? I feel a lot of growth. I feel a lot of growth coming through. Okay, and we're going to stop and read these. Okay, so the first one is Green Man, and it's abundance. All that I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all that I do. So literally, like I was saying, like I feel like you already have abundance. I feel like you've kind of like already got what you kind of wanted, and you're like, wait, is this what I actually wanted? Everything the Green Man touches turns to gold, or rather green, that is. He is the ultimate expression of abundance, and more specifically, an abundant mindset. When Green Man invites you to his earthly lair, it is to infuse you with the spirit of wealth. This card shows you that you are living life and enjoying all of the fruits of your labor. You feel more confident and sure of yourself, and other people have taken notice of this and seek your advice, knowing that you have much to share. The Green Man is also a giver and provider of wealth. Be generous with your abundance, both financially and spiritually. Share your knowledge and invite others to partake in your good fortune. So the Green Man is showing up here to remind you that you are an abundant creature. You do get everything you want. And so don't lose that, even if you change what you're growing, even if you change that path and what you're going on, because you're going to be abundant and no matter what you do. Okay, the next card that we got is going to be the Oak. And the Oak is about wisdom. Don't just look within. Dive deeply into the eternal realms of knowing. Okay, wisdom isn't a static thing. It evolves, it changes and adapts as you learn new ways of knowing. Just like wisdom, your goals will evolve as time goes on. Some goals will be left behind while others will morph into something else. It's entirely up to you to regularly check back in with where you are to make sure you're still situated on the most illuminated path. If you are confused about your next steps, Oak reminds you to reach out to the unseen support all around you. Commune with nature, the spirits, and the universe, and ask them to guide you. So the Oak is showing up here to tell you that you might need to take a couple steps inward. That's why we got the Hangman. You might need to reevaluate some things, but that's okay because you are in touch with nature, and that's where you get your inspiration, and that's what you need to go back to. That's why before I had to do this reading, I went outside to tend to my plants, talk to my basil tree or bush, whatever, and just, connect back with nature, because that's what you do. And so you really need to step back into that and maybe take a little step back and not just run full force at what you're doing. Because when you always run full force ahead and you don't take time to step back and reevaluate, then your path kind of takes a little bit longer because you might veer off of it a little bit. Okay? The next deck that we're going to pull from, the last deck we're going to pull from, is the Star Code Astro Oracle deck. And so with this deck, It's going to give us a little bit more of the astrology side. The Beltane Seasons of the Witch is more of the nature side of what your spirit guides are trying to say. And so we're going to dive more into the astrological meaning of what your guides are trying to bring to you today. And as you can see, the card that was flipped over in the deck was the Virgo card. What have I been saying this whole time? Earth energy. I feel it so heavy. That's why you're so profitable. You're a perfectionist. You've got that Virgo energy going on. That's why you're so abundant, because you take care of every single detail. And that's why you're taking this time for introspection, really, because you have that Virgo energy where you're like, listen, I need to take a step and figure out like where I'm trying to go in this life. And so the first card that we pulled was Virgo, symbolized by a woman holding a sheaf of wheat. The mutable earth sign Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Wheat can only feed the multitudes once the grain is sorted from the shaft. So look for the grain and release the shaft. Weed, harvest, sort. Something in the situation needs to be sorted, edited, reorganized in order to bring its harvest. Whether you're asking about a relationship, work project, or the culture in which you work, Virgo wants you to be specific. Sort and release a habit, not a person, and change how you interact, but not necessarily who you react with. Examine the situation for patterns that need to be released and composted. If you just weed the garden and don't plant or cultivate, all you'll have is an empty bed. Editing without creating gives you no content. Sometimes you have to ask the inner editor to take a break and let the creative process flow. This world is complex. Virgo encourages us to see how the details fit together. Rather than judge the worth of a part, pay attention to each necessary role in each piece. All right, and the last one we got is conjunction. It's talking about an alliance. Anytime two celestial bodies conjunct, they work together and blend meaning and purpose, and then begin a new cycle in their relationship. Okay, the conjunction tells us where we are stronger when we work together, as long as we don't disappear into another's flame. So it's time for you to co-conspire. Find people and allies who support your ideas, because this is not a situation you need to go out alone. You need to bring in someone with extra skill to offer to your project. Find a friend to discuss your concerns with. You cannot do this by yourself, okay? It's time for you to align with another's. There's a poet that said, love consists like this, that two solitudes protect and border and greet each other. Okay? Be wary of relationships that ask you to shrink yourself to fit them, and value conjunction over individual growth. A conjunction can become greater than the sum of the parts. So with this being said, the universe is calling you to take a step back, because you got it going on. You got it going on, but you're doing it alone. And they're asking you to reevaluate what you've got going on and co-create with someone else, because you were not meant to share this alone. That is why your 10 of Pentacles is in reverse, because you are doing this by yourself, and that is not what is meant for you. Thank you so much. Hello, welcome pile 2. If you chose the rose quartz and that's what called to you, then hello, welcome pile 2. We are going to clear the space a little bit before we start this reading, just so there's not any leftover energy in the space. And I'm going to invite in your spirit guides now. So I'd like you to take a deep breath. And now we invite in the spirit guides of pile 2. What do they have to say about the season following this full moon in Aquarius? You can watch this video at any time, but on full moons we release. So I'm wanting to know kind of where they're leading you after this release. There's a huge manifestation portal that just happened, the Lionsgate portal. And so I really just want to see kind of what manifestations you brought in, and kind of what you're releasing and what's going on after this time. Um, we're starting off good here. So you're releasing the need to control. With that 10 of Wands followed by the moon, you had a lot of anxiety. You had a lot of things that you weren't really talking about. Money problems. Money problems you weren't talking about. I feel a very strong, like, material girl thing. And I feel like you were kind of like living beyond your means. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, because you were living in a place where you're like, yeah, I am going to get everything that comes back to me. And guess what? You let go of control. You're allowing the universe, death to your ego, with the Magician and the Death card, and then the Justice card. So it's like, yes, you are manifesting everything that you want out of life now, because you let go of your old self. And this full moon, that moon is in reverse, right? So you literally let go of that person that was hiding you, and you were like, I'm going to be the creator of my own journey. I'm going to be the creator of my own life, and I'm going to do exactly what I want to do in life, and I'm not going to let anybody stop me from doing that. Not a relationship. With that 4 of Wands there, and me feeling this root chakral problem, I feel like your family was a really big thing that was holding you back, and I don't think that that's a big thing anymore. I feel like you almost kind of use it to your like advantage now, like that pain you grew from, and so now you can make your own family in the way you would like it, because you don't have to control everything, because you have help now. Okay, you have help from not only the universe with the Justice coming in, because you are getting the karma that you put out into the world. So you must have put some good stuff out there. Okay, we're going to go in with my new Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle. This is your pile 2, so you're the second reading I've done with these, and I'm so excited about these cards. They're so great. Ooh, and we got a couple right there. We're gonna shuffle again. We're gonna go again. Okay. What did I say? I said material girl. We got Taurus energy here coming through with the cow. I will read this one. Okay, so the message from the cow is nurturing. May the embrace of all that is nurturing you awaken in all that you are becoming. Cows represent all things related to a happy home, stability, nourishment, and the mother archetype. A cow's size may seem overwhelming, but you cannot help feel a sense of comfort when close by these gentle spirits. The cow spirit seeks you out when you need a loving but tough push. They encourage you to do all you can to build a strong foundation. Your situation requires you to return back to the basics of nurturing and support before moving forward. Like I said, I felt like there was a root chakra issue, okay? They're not inviting you to criticize, just be guided into examining whether or not you have everything you need to feel comfortable and safe. If you grew up in a position where you didn't have that comfortable and safe, that's why they're pushing you back to that root chakra, because it's blocked. You didn't have that stable, happy home, and that's why your finances kind of go in and out, because you're not really sure of exactly that stability. And the universe is inviting you to go back and take a look and realize what that instability came from and try to fix that. Okay, the next card we got is growth. Okay, so inside myself I've sown beauty with wounds which speak of my immortality in the expansive eternal song softly bellowing in my spirit. Okay, this in ancient times, Beltane would have been considered to be the start of summer, the season of action, abundance, and energy. The universe will present you with opportunities in such a period of growth, but you must be willing to meet opportunity with commitment and passion. You have pulled the growth card to remind yourself that success lies outside of your comfort zone. This card is challenging you to reach for things that are much bigger than you'd normally go for. Do not worry about the outcome, but instead focus on what you can do today to be one step closer to your goal line. They want you to start visualizing your expansion, okay? And just like I said, with the material girl thing and you living beyond your means, I think that you're like, I get everything I want. I can spend this money because I know I'm going to get it right back. But they really want you to hone in on that visualization of, I am healed. My root, my past has made me who I am, and it has brought me to this place that I'm in. And so now I am growing even more than before. Okay. And we're going to do one more deck. I've got my Star Code Astro deck, and the two cards we pulled were the 7th house and the North Node. Okay. Both of these cards have rainbows in them. And so that's why I feel like you are stepping into this beautiful season in your life of transformation after a storm. Okay. After you've been dealing with these things, you are now getting to transform. If your chart were a village map, the 7th house is anywhere where two equals relate with intensity and intimacy. Somewhere where you'd have dinner on the balcony and watch the sunset. Okay? They are asking you to nurture your relationships rather than test them. Consider each partnership to be a tree you plant. That seed may have been planted in the 5th house with an idea or a twinkle in the eye. Now you have a sapling with potential. Don't construct a tree house on a sapling. It can't bear the weight yet. Instead of crushing it with expectations, nurture and protect it. In any relationship, there are 3 involved: you, your partner, and that tree, the relationship itself. All have needs that must be honored equally, okay? When you are working in love or in business, it can be tempting to either give your power away to your partner or take over theirs, and an unbalanced relationship can become unattainable. So fertilize the ground of your partnership. Feed your partner with romantic moments and fair and honorable arrangements. When you are fascinated by the spirit of another, they can become fascinated with you. And like I said, I felt like you were coming into a new partnership. This is a divine partnership, okay? And it needs to be treated as such. And the universe has prepared you for this. And they are telling you to continue preparing yourself by fixing your finances, by fixing that root chakra, by not keeping that relationship in the eyes and the experiences of what you went through as a child. And the last card of this reading, one of the most important, I'd say, is the North Node, okay? Because this represents where you're going. This is a place where your soul belongs, okay? So when you think about where you want to be in 10 years, they're asking you to make this a beacon. You see, like, there's a shining light right there. That's where somebody's going, okay? There's like, you need to know what piques your curiosity, okay? And then you need to chase that. It can be scary to leave familiar territory. Even people who you love may resist your evolution if it could pull you away from them. But new beginnings dawn and your fate awaits. This path may start out uncertain, but it will become more solid and delicious as you progress. You are stepping into your true life's purpose. You are stepping into your journey. You are stepping into growth. Do you see all the green here? Do you see all of the yellow, the expansiveness? You're going to do great things. And I am so proud of you. And I'm so happy to be able to deliver this message to you. This new journey does come with a warning label. Do not go backwards. Do not let your past guide you. You need to be guided by the beacon, by your future, by what you want, not where you've been. That's the biggest thing here, is for growth, not going back into the past. Welcome, Pile 1. We are going to get right into it and get started. Just take a couple deep breaths while I'm shuffling. I'm inviting your spirit guides into this space. First card is the Ace of Cups flipped over. So this new season after this full moon, you are moving into a place of loving yourself. You're moving into a place of pouring your divine, intuitive, expressive love onto yourself, and not so much pouring it back into everybody else, but you're really reflecting that a love that you give everyone else back into yourself, and you're connected intuitively with the High Priestess here. I feel like you've been gaining a lot of intuition, a lot of connection to source recently. If twos are important to you, they are big in this reading. So if you've been seeing 222 a lot, then this is definitely for you. But it's just this like relationship that you've gained with your High Priestess, that you are no longer listening to outside source. You are listening to yourself. So we're going to shuffle a little bit more and see if we can get something else. I see that 9 of Swords right there. Yep. What did I say? You're going to be letting go of the things that keep you up at night, the things that haven't been sitting right with your spirit, the things that have been making you lose your self-confidence. Okay, we got this Queen of Wands in reverse. So, like I said, you are intuitively listening to yourself. You found yourself. Like, with this new moon, you are not questioning yourself anymore. You know exactly what you want to do in life, and you are going to go do it. And that is so beautiful. This spread is so, like, I feel a lot of Aquarius energy here. Okay, with the swords, and all the blue. I also feel like some like fire energy, maybe some earth energy. We're gonna pull some Season of the Witch oracle cards. This is literally my first time using these cards. I'm so freaking excited. 222 on my timer. I'm so excited for these cards. Okay, guys. And with that 4 of Pentacles on the top, I feel like you're leaving that lack mentality behind, and you're literally manifesting exactly everything that you wanted. The things that you've been plotting and thinking about that have been kind of blocking you from your connection with the universe are no longer, and you are getting all of that financial and physical structure and abundance that you've been looking for. Oh my gosh, look at these cards. Yeah. Okay, so the High Priestess and the 9 of Swords kind of got knocked a little bit to the side by these. Golly, I love these cards. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, and I really feel like the way that I just split these cards, you have so much more intuition and so much more care for yourself now. And those things that were keeping you like up were kind of like blocking your like sense of self. And you understand that now. Oh my goodness. Yep. Inner power. We're going to read this. Number 20. How funny. What did I tell you about twos? Let it be known, no will or desire is more powerful than I embodied. Unleashing. Magic is more than a wave of the hand or a chant of words. It's a state of being. Magic is what happens when you are so settled in your power that light radiates from your soul. To be a great manifester, you must allow your magic to unfold within your spirit without limit or hesitation. You have pulled inner power because there is a force within you that you have held back for too long. Don't question the sign when they come. If something feels significant, that's because it is. And if something feels like a divine message, that's because the universe intentionally chose this pathway, knowing it would grab your attention. Do not let this pass you by. It is your power that drew good fortune to you. So exactly what I was saying. You are listening to your intuition and you are taking up your personal power. The second one we got is number 2, bonfire. What did I say about the twos? Remembrance. It is through remembering that you will wake the ritual of your existence and be reborn into mighty celebration. In ancient days, all fires would be extinguished and a giant community fire created to represent the sun's power. The bonfire served as a reminder to seek growth, fertility, abundance, and to remember that dark days would be followed by light and all would be well again. In this way, bonfire represents a remembrance of the light within your spirit, a call to reclaim your inner power. Are you full of inspiration and dreams but fail to take action? We all have inner power Left unused, this power sinks into the background. Allowing your inner force to dwindle can lead to undesirable side effects such as low self-esteem, lack of motivation, negative feelings, or stagnation and confusion. The more your power is left unused, the less confidence you might have to seek out the dreams that are your right to claim. We literally just talked about you gaining your inner power, and now they're talking about, listen, you have this inner power. You've always had it. And like I was saying, you are listening to your intuition now. You are connecting to source. So your Queen of Wands, your self-power is coming out right now. And that's so beautiful. And we got 2 more cards. These are from my Astro Code Star Oracles, or Star Codes Astro Oracles. And we got Aquarius and Capricorn. How fucking funny. Oh my goodness. If you don't know, I'm an Aquarius sun and moon and a Capricorn rising. So I feel very personally connected to this message right now. Let's read about these. Aquariuses are water bearers. They're the person fetching, carrying, and pouring the water onto the community as a service. Aquariuses are servers. They like to collaborate. So they're asking you to collaborate with your spirit team, because sometimes spiritual practice and personal philosophy can be used to bypass authentic emotion. So be honest with yourself. Don't try to talk yourself into feelings you think you should have, or onto a path that others find more socially acceptable. If your philosophy clashes with your honest feelings, then your philosophy needs to evolve. Your lifestyle is not in line with your philosophy, then one or both need to change. The authentic gift Aquarius encourages you to do is let go of previous constructs, listen to your source within, honor the reality that you are a unique individual, but you also have a responsibility to contribute to the health of your community. So during this full moon, you are realizing your purpose is to be a spokesman, be a light for people, and you have to step into that role. All right, and with this Capricorn card, the Capricorn asks us to dive deep into the sea of collective consciousness to find a worthy dream and then work on it. Okay, the Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign. He climbs mountains, okay? It's how we achieve our goals. He's a climber. He goes to the top, okay? So this Capricorn energy is encouraging you to develop your spiritual discipline. Learn to control yourself, not others. Lead rather than dictate. Okay, with that Queen of Wands energy right there, you don't want to be too overbearing. You want to keep an eye on your power dynamic. Capricorn ambition can enable gross manipulation. Okay, but wisdom grown over time through mature experience is the gift of Capricorn. So basically, during this full moon, the universe is releasing all of these things that were holding you back, and you are stepping into your true purpose, into your intuition, into your business that you have been so excited about and working on. Okay, it is time for you to start pouring that knowledge that you've been gaining through your life experiences back onto people. If you are a spiritual advisor, this message is definitely for you. Like I said, the 222 is very important here. There is Aquarius and Capricorn energy going on here. Thank you so much.